Hello, it's Bud. We're going to discuss the 2D copy offset feature again. If you have not done the part 1, it's probably good to do that. Michael's also made a very nice video that covers all of the tools on the 2D. That'll help, but Michael and I have talked since his um, tip and trick for July, which is the video on the 2D tools. And what I'm going to show you is something that we have on the wish list, but there's no idea of how long it's going to be. The what ifs we have is, what if we want one to touch the left edge and another one to touch the right edge, or top and bottom, whichever way we're doing this on the first and last of the pieces that we're offsetting on a copy, so that we can do it proportional to include the edge, or to fill, or to be centered within, and all that kind of stuff. Our workarounds, some of them are a little more cumbersome than others. We know that we're going to have to play with the number on the spacing. Let's just get the designer up and just do some stuff here so we can see what's going on. If I draw a box 11 inches wide, guarantee it's 11. What I'm doing is making a target. And let's say it's 5 inches high, just for the heck of it. In case I want to go that way, I can go that way as well. So we've got an 11 by 5 box, and now I draw a rectangle in here. Let's say I do 3/4 of an inch. Whoops. Wide is what I want. I lucked out, it got there right away. And maybe they're 2 inches high. Okay. If I do a replicate here, the copy offset, if I want 5 of these on the horizontal, and we're only going to play with the horizontal, how far apart do I do them? My board, my original piece that I'm dealing with is 3/4 of an inch wide, so how far do I want them beyond that? If I say a 1.3, just as a guess, because it's going to start its measurement at the top left hand corner and saying from that corner let's go a 1.3 before we start the next box, and we're going to do 5 of them, and they're all going to be related to the box in front of them. So I say okay. Well, obviously that's not going to work if I'm trying to have one on each end, or if I'm trying to have them equally spaced all the way across the board, because if I highlight this one, and since I centered this board, if I center what I'm copying on an offset, we can see the spacing in here is exactly what I said, but it's not equal with either side. And what I want it to look like is like shutters that go from top to bottom all the way, or where this end piece is right out here against the end of the grain, and this end piece is out here against this. So it's not doing what I want it to. So I'm going to do it again. Okay, it's still 3/4 of an inch. My target is 11, just so I know what's going on. So I come back to this box, and I've got to deal with it. Okay, so I've made a chart, which if you go to my downloads, on this download you'll see now a listing for a 2D copy offset spacing chart. When you select that, you'll get this program. Okay? And just while we're right here, I'm going to type an 11 in here, since I know that's the width of my target. Okay? So now I'll bring back up Designer, and my piece that I'm replicating or copying the offset from is 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to change this to a 0.75, and then I have to say how many do I want. Let's say I've got 4 more boards. So I type a 4 in here, and you can see all the numbers over here change. Now the question comes on what I want to do here. But I'm ready to handle the program, so I'm going to bring up the copy offset and bring it up here. Bring this chart back up. I want one at the very edge over here, and I want the last one to be at the very edge over here. So I want them edge to edge. Okay, and we're talking about I've got 4 extra boards, so I put in a 4, and you can see they're right side by side. That's again, it's just starting now with a 3/4 inch, and then it's measuring from the left edge of the green, and 3/4 of an inch over it's starting another one, and then another one, and another one, and they're all right together. But I want them moved out. I want them edge to edge of my target, equally spaced, and the chart shows me that the value I need to put in here on the spacing is a 25625. It's going to round after the third number after the decimal. A 5 means that I'm going to put in 2563. Let's try that. 2.563. Or I could go with 2, but I'm thinking 3. Okay? Just by the rounding rules in math. And now I can hold down Control and click on this end one, and I can come up here to Layout and Center, Horizontal, and lo and behold, they're about right. I need to probably redo it just from the standpoint that this one on the left hand side looks like it's encroaching a little bit. Let's make sure that I centered this one. No, I didn't. It's perfect. Okay, so let's try again here. I'll highlight these and throw them away. I'm back to the 1. I'm going to highlight it and uncenter it, make sure it's not centered. And just for the heck of it, get someplace in here where we can move it and just get it outside our target for now, so that you can see that the target has nothing to do with it until we're ready to come into it. Okay, so it's still 3/4 of an inch. The only thing that's going to change now is the choice that we make. Okay. So I'll click on Offset, bring the screen up, bring this back up. Nothing has changed here. So I want them equally spaced within, and that's a 1958. Okay. So again, I want 4 extra boards, and here I want a 1958. 1.958, and I can't get any bigger numbers than that. So I do it. Click on the side over here. Let's bring it down here. Make this a little smaller again, or move it over so that you can see it. Layout, Center, horizontally, and the space here and here and all along are exactly the same. So that's what this chart does, is help you figure out what you want to do. Now the only thing we haven't looked at is this half space. So we're going to change the number of boards to a 5, just to give us a different calculation. Okay, I'm going to throw these away. Whoop, I keep hitting that green control number. I should have started on the right and went left. Okay, I'll throw those away. Okay, we're going to do 5 copies this time. Copy 5. Apparently I resized it a little bit too. It's a 742, so I'll account for that as well. So I bring the chart up 0.742. It's just I decided to make it smaller, so that's what we're going on. Okay, and we're talking about equal within or half space, 1833. Okay, so I changed this to a 1.833. Now it looks like I got one stacked on top of the other, doesn't it? Yeah, my fault. Let me start over here. I'll click on this one, and if I throw that away, all of them go away. So let's draw the rectangle again, so I can go back to my 0.75 if that's what I want, and bring this up again, change this to 0.75. Yeah. And we're going to do 5, okay? I gotta change or did it all again. Let's make sure I'll make sure that the numbers change. Yeah, okay. So we're half space from the edge is what we're doing. Okay. Make this a 6. We're going to add 6 boards. Okay, and I have to get out of it before it calculates. Okay. Half space, that's what we're working on. Okay. Click here. Bring this back up, 6 boards. Three-quarter inch. And I want them half space from the edge. It's a 1571. 1.571. Okay. So if I highlight the first one, and I highlight the second, or the last one, come over here to layout just to prove it. Okay, they're all equal spaced in here, and they've got half a space on either side. So it takes a lot of the guesswork out of it by using this chart, which you can save. You don't have to go to the web every time you use it. And that, well, one more thing, so you know. If And the reason we did this is because I can't do the same thing a carpenter can do. If I try to stretch it here, my boxes get bigger. And that's the reason I can't use the carpenter's method. What we need is on this screen, and if it happens, it will be an update. We need a couple more boxes. One to check, say, proportional, and then to tell us the outer limits of the box. And you would have that on the horizontal and the vertical, just like this indent and alternating, which we may talk about in a different lesson, but just wanted to show you how this chart worked, and I hope you enjoy the lesson.